Well, for more analysis on U.S.-China relations, we are now joined by Augusto Soto, who is an expert on China. Augusto, thank you so much for joining us here on RT. As we can see, China is rapidly expanding overseas and rapidly expanding its influence, I should say. Some are not welcoming this and see it as a threat, particularly in the United States, but others, on the contrary, think this might be a good chance for Washington to boost its ailing economy. What's your take on the situation?
Well, thank you very much for this interview. I think China goes global, and it is a phenomenon that we have to address. The United States in the first place, because they have a special relationship. This bilateral relationship is beneficial for the world, and will always witness cooperation and rivalry. I think cooperation with China is beneficial for the United States. Without China, you would not have these big companies growing and growing every year. We have these multinationals not only in the southeast part of China, but also in hinterland China. You have to see the Fortune most important companies, many Americans in Sichuan province, the most populated one. So I think is beneficial. Now,
well, but let me just ask you one more thing here. From the economic standpoint, yes, I mean there are obvious advantages of this cooperation, but China also happens to be the biggest holder of the U.S. debt. So does that give Beijing leverage in negotiations with Washington?
Yes, undoubtedly. But on the other side, China is also a developing country. So we see that China has a global reach, but is a partial power. It is not a global power as the United States. Soon we'll see how China surpasses the size of American economy in 4, 5, 6 years' time. And by the year 2030, we'll double the size of America's economy. But still, China will be a developing country. So this we have to take it into account. And China will reach the income per capita level of European countries still in decades to come.
Well, some are saying that, in fact, some experts are forecasting that the Chinese economy will overtake that of the U.S. and the EU by 2030, which is not that far away. So how realistic, in your view, is that estimate?
Well, together, the size of the economy of the United States and the EU combined. And in the year 2050, we would add Japan as well. So bigger than these three focal points of the world economy. Well, let's wait and see. So far, the tendency projects this outcome in a few years' time. Chinese strategists say that Western strategists and economists forecast this development. So it is nothing out of science fiction. It's something very real.
Now, before we let you go, let me ask you a quick question, and if you could briefly answer that. The question of currency, of course. So there has been a lot of talk for the need of a new global reserve currency. Do you think the yuan could actually eventually replace the dollar?
Yeah, but not now, not even in this decade. It's good that the yuan rises its standing among other currencies in the world. And actually, many countries are developing a trade with China using the yuan as well, the common currencies, Japan, Russia, Venezuela, and other countries in all continents. But for China, it's not even good to replace the dollar so far. This should be a balanced transition of power.
All right, Augusto Soto, an analyst specializing in China. Thanks so much for your views here on RT. Very much appreciated.
Thank you.